Imagine this. You take home about $1,800 this month. You're already nervous about rent. Then a video promises you can flip a quick $200 into life-changing income. 2 weeks later, the bet is gone, your rent is still due, and you're staring at your banking app late at night, wondering what just happened. If you're living on a low or middle income, and this keeps repeating, what is it quietly doing to your life? Here's the pattern most people never add up. If 2 or 3 times a year you put $150 or $200 into high-risk, fast money moves, that's $400 to $600 disappearing every year, usually from the tightest part of your budget. Over 5 years, that can be a few $1,000s that could have been a buffer, a debt payment, or simple breathing room. And that's before counting the stress of always being close to the edge. Today, we're talking about one simple idea: why get-rich-quick advice keeps you broke on 1,800 euros. This is Wealth Mentor Pro, where every lesson is a step closer to your freedom. If you earn something like $1,500 to $3,000 a month, feel stuck, and keep thinking, I watch all these money videos but I'm still broke, this video is for you. Stay with me, because over the next few minutes, we'll break down why those fast promises are so dangerous for you in particular, and 3 rules that can quietly flip the script in your favor. Think of most get-rich-quick advice like a shiny shortcut on a map that skips half the roads. On a screenshot, it looks genius. In real life, that shortcut might run straight through a cliff. Picture David earning $1,800 a month. Rent is $800, basics are $700, so he has about $300 left to cover everything else. He sees a video promising daily signals to turn $200 into serious money. He pays, he follows the system, and within a month, the $200 is gone. Then his car needs a $150 repair. Now he's in overdraft, paying fees on top, and the whole month feels like damage control. If any part of that feels familiar, here's one small thing you can do today. Decide one rule you will not break. Something like, money needed for rent, food, and essential bills is never used for high-risk schemes. Ever. Write it somewhere you'll actually see it. Because the cost of ignoring that rule isn't just $200 here or $150 there. The cost is falling behind on rent, damaged credit, late fees, and the constant feeling that you're always one surprise away from disaster. You might think, if it's so obviously risky, why do I still click these videos? The problem isn't that you're foolish. The problem is that the advice is designed to feel safe and urgent, especially when you're tired of being broke and desperate for change. Now imagine you're driving at night with 3 different navigation apps arguing at the same time. Turn left. Make a U-turn. Fastest route recalculated. That's what living on YouTube money advice can feel like. 1 week it's day trading, next week it's drop shipping, then it's a side hustle you've never heard of. Each one promises you can finally escape your situation. Take Sarah. She earns $2,000 a month. Over 1 year, she tries 3 big ideas. She buys a $250 e-commerce blueprint, a $180 signals group, and a $220 business course she never really starts. That's $650 gone. What she gains instead is guilt, stress, and a browser full of bookmarked new life plans. Here's something you can do right after this video. Think of the last 3 fast money ideas you got excited about. Now ask yourself which one, if any, you actually have the time, energy, and skills to try in a slow, safe way. Circle that one and tell yourself the others are off the table for this year. You're not killing your ambition. You're just refusing to spread your last bit of energy across 10 half-started plans. Because the real cost isn't only financial. Every time a promise fails, it chips away at your belief that you can change your situation at all. When you stop trusting your own decisions, it becomes easier to hand over your trust and your money to the next loud voice with screenshots and success stories. There's another quiet cost almost nobody talks about. Not just the money you lose, but the money that never gets to do its simple job. Imagine Miguel and Lena. Both earn $1,900 a month. Both usually have about $150 left after essentials. Miguel uses that $150 3 times a year, chasing speed. A $150 challenge here. a $200 mentorship there. Over 3 years, he burns roughly $1,350. He has no savings, no safety net, just memories of almost made it. Lena uses that same $150 each month to build stability. Within a year, she has around $1,800 saved. In year 2, she keeps going and uses part of it to pay down a high-interest debt. By year 3, she doesn't feel rich, but when the washing machine breaks or a job change happens, she's not panicking. She has choices. Tonight, you can borrow Lena's first move. Decide what your boring win will be for the next 12 months. Maybe it's build a $600 emergency buffer, or kill this one credit card, or put $100 a month aside for future investing once I have a buffer. Make that your main mission and treat everything that doesn't support it as background noise. You've probably noticed this in other videos. A lot of content on this topic mixes good ideas with very risky suggestions, especially for people on lower incomes. You see dramatic success stories, but you don't see the many people who tried the same thing and ended up behind. And almost nobody explains how dangerous this is when one bad month means late rent, not just a smaller holiday. The quiet truth behind the noise, the same advice doesn't hit everyone equally. If you earn $6,000 a month and lose $300 on a bad idea, it stings. If you earn $1,800 and lose that same $300, it can wreck your month. That is why get-rich-quick advice keeps you broke on 1,800 euros. It's not just about the idea itself, it's about how fragile your margin is. I'm genuinely curious. Have you ever spent money on something fast that you later regretted? If you're comfortable, just type yes or no in the comments. You'll probably realize you're far from alone. So if the loud, fast stuff doesn't work for most people on modest incomes, what does? Let's make it very simple with 3 rules you can remember. Rule 1. Never risk your essentials for a promise. Essentials are your rent, basic food, necessary utilities, and any payment where falling behind really hurts you. If you earn $1,800 a month and $1,400 goes to essentials, that $1,400 is off limits. It doesn't go into systems, challenges, signal groups, or bets. The benefit is simple. Your home, your lights, and your basic stability stay safe, no matter what trend is in your feed this week. Here's how that looks. Jason earns $2,000 a month. His fixed essentials are $1,300. He writes a firm rule. No one touches this $1,300, including me. When a creator offers a $300 done-for-you program, he knows the maximum he could even think about is $700. And only a small part of that after some savings exist. In practice, he decides to cap all high-risk experiments at $50 until his emergency buffer is at least $500. That rule doesn't make him rich, but it stops one bad decision from turning into a crisis. Rule 2. Slow money first, fast money later, if at all. If you have no buffer, high-interest debt, and constant stress, your first job is not to double your money. Your first job is to make sure a simple flat tire or medical bill doesn't knock you over. That means aiming your spare $50, $100, or $150 each month at a small emergency fund and your most painful debts before anything else. The benefit is that when life hits you, you don't crash all the way back to zero. Take a basic scenario. Naomi has $100 left every month after essentials. She can put that $100 into a high-risk system that promises big returns, or into a very plain plan, $60 to a small emergency fund, $40 to an expensive credit card bill. After a year, on the fast money path, maybe she has a big win, maybe a big loss, usually a roller coaster, and often nothing solid. On the slow path, she has $720 in savings, and her card balance is down almost $500, plus the interest she didn't have to pay. It's not flashy, but it makes next year a completely different feeling. Rule 3. Invest in the engine, not the lottery ticket. The engine is your ability to earn and manage money, your skills, your reputation at work, your basic systems. The lottery ticket is the thing that promises to fix everything for you, with little effort or understanding. When you do have some breathing room, think about using part of your extra money to learn a skill that can raise your income. or to set up a simple, long-term way of saving or investing after your essentials and a small buffer are in place. For example, instead of spending $250 on a Get Rich from Your Phone challenge, Alex, who earns $2,200 a month and has already saved $800, decides to spend $150 on a course that helps him qualify for slightly better paid shifts at his current job, and $100 on a budgeting tool he actually uses. Over a few months, he moves from $13 an hour to $14.50. That extra $1.50 an hour over 160 hours is $240 more each month before tax. It's not viral video material, but over a year, that's nearly $3,000 of additional breathing room. When you follow these 3 rules, you're not giving up on bigger goals. You're just changing the order. First, you protect your basics. Then you build a small safety net. Only later, if it truly makes sense, you experiment with slightly faster moves, inside limits you can afford to lose. Here's a simple way to think about any opportunity from now on. Picture a small equation in your head, risk multiplied by impact on your basic life. If the risk is high and the impact on your rent, food, and stability is also high, it is not a shortcut, it is a trap. On $1,800 a month, that one decision can be the difference between paying rent calmly and scrambling to borrow from friends or family. So here's a 1-minute habit you can use next time a big promise pops up in your feed. Before you click buy, ask yourself 3 questions out loud. First, if this money disappeared tomorrow, would my essentials still be safe? Second, is this helping me build my own engine, or am I buying a lottery ticket? Third, what slower, safer move could I make with this same amount over the next 12 months? If any answer makes you feel uneasy, that feeling is information. Listen to it. Think back to the opening picture, the person risking rent money on a shiny shortcut. Now picture that same person 12 months from now, same $1,800 income, but with a few hundred in savings, 1 less debt, and a little more confidence because they stopped playing someone else's game. It doesn't look dramatic from the outside, but from the inside, it feels like finally being able to breathe. If this helped you see the patterns more clearly, you're not the only one who's been there. Many of us have fallen for at least one fast money idea. The difference now is that you have a clearer map. You've been watching Wealth Mentor Pro. If this video gave you something useful, feel free to like it and subscribe for more calm, realistic money guidance. And if you're ready to keep going, pick the next video that appears on your screen and keep building that quieter, stronger version of your financial life.